Mademoiselle has left me with an interesting thought, one I had not considered until now. While at first glance the guests do not appear to show much fondness for each other, Mademoiselle is quite sure that is not the case. Perhaps I must consider looking at the guests together and not individually. So let's head to the mind map. This is... Conclusion. Based on what you have learned so far, we have one connection to you. So Angeline has an exclamation mark. I wonder why. So something to do with Angeline. Jackie bumped heads with the Major. Guests have known each other for years. You want me to connect this two?
Is there something I am not...
That's too easy, no. Jackie pushing for dirt on the Major. And she bumped heads with the Major. According to Angeline.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
I doubted Jackie's involvement with the murder, but now I'm dubious of her innocence.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
My little gray cells are working. I now have all the motives from the guest who is under suspicion. When I first overheard the conversation, it seemed Hugo was trying to get Jackie to listen. So we have one more connection. Jackie seems suspicious. Everybody is suspicious in this game. All motives confirmed. I now have all the motives from the guest. All alibis confirmed. They all have alibis?
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Ooh. I do not know who I can trust, or whose stories I can believe, and the guest innocent. Are they innocent? Well, they have been known to each other for years. So they are acquaintances.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I now doubt how trustworthy their stories may be, and they may well be covering for each other. Are they all working together? Like the Orient Express? Alright, I don't mean to spoil you all, but... I apologize. There's no physical way one of the guests could have killed the Major and returned to the party, unless that is where I'm mistaken. It is not one guilty party I should be looking for, rather, multiple! Wow. And we are done with this now. Are you ready for the next chapter? How could I have not considered that the Major's death was part of a ploy created and executed by more than only one of the guests? Or maybe all of the guests? It came almost as an epiphany following Mademoiselle Angeline's remark about the guest's shared past. Perhaps Mademoiselle will become the trusty ally that I now sense may be essential to catching the guilty parties. Or maybe she is part of the group, guys? Tonight's questioning was only the beginning. I will allow my suspects to sleep on their stories, and we will see how they fare tomorrow. Aha. We do have to talk to Madame Cassandra tomorrow. And perhaps one of those involved will have morals enough to show a glimmer of regrets. Considering they may be working together, I cannot be sure who has told the truth, and who has attempted to sell me down the fleuve. Perhaps I should sleep on the matter. A good night's sleep will surely bring a new dawn of thinking. And what a better setting to do so in than the peaceful falling blanket of snow that surrounds us all. Do I not get to take a shower, guys? I want to take a bath. Have not seen any bathroom inside this house. Are there no bathrooms? Although it seems that not everyone has the same idea. Do we share the same bathrooms? Oh, who is this? A shadowy figure. Looks like a man. It is chapter 5. Hello, Ilya. How are you doing? A brand new day. The secret. A restless sleep combined with the image of the eerie figure in the snow has only convoluted that what my little grey cells must consider. I should not have expected this to be a simple case. Have been lied to by at least one of the guests, and their alibis all confirm each other's, but I know this is not to be true. How the Major was involved with the blackmail eludes me for now. Once I have confirmed whether he was the author or the recipient, I can consider my next step in my investigation. Alright, so investigate the Major's involvement with the blackmail. Alright. Let's go find somebody to talk to. How about you, Archibald? Did you have a good sleep?
Good morning, Detective. You slept well?
I'm afraid I did not. I was hoping for at least a moment of pleasant slumber, but alas, it was not to be. Finding the Major's killer is the only thing that will put my mind at ease.
In that case, Detective, what can I do to help?
Well, while watching the snowfall last night, I swear I saw the silhouette of a figure standing in the garden.
In that snow? If someone was out there, we'd have another body on our hands.
I realize how strange it sounds. I would not believe it myself if I had not seen it with my own eyes.
Staff have reported seeing things in the dark before, but it always just turns out to be shadows. It was likely just your mind playing tricks.
I did not see Mademoiselle Elizabeth last night.
I'm afraid our Lizzie is not well. I think the events of yesterday were too much for her. We'll have to just make do without her this morning.
As Wordsworth once stated, rest and be thankful. Perhaps a chance of peace and relaxation will work wonders.
And I'd like to also speak with Madame Vanderbosch at her earliest convenience.
She is currently eating breakfast alone in the dining room. It's how she prefers it. But if you wish to speak with her now...
Yeah, I'm sure she would like my company. It is important I speak with her, but perhaps it is better to allow her to finish. Do not wish to upset her before I have even asked my first question. I could perhaps investigate the garden for any evidence of the figure from last night. Anyhow, would you permit me access to the house telephone?
I would, but I'm afraid I found this morning that the telephone lines aren't working.
What?
The snow continued through the night and must have damaged them.
It is sabotage, I'm calling it.
Even if we could use the telephone, I don't think anyone would be able to reach us.
In that case, it will be up to myself alone to solve the case.
I'll let you know if anything changes. But until some of the snow clears, enough for the carriages to arrive, we are snowed in.
Although I'm not able to call upon or leave the house to find help from the local authorities, it also means none of the guests are able to leave. We are all stuck in here now, guys. We are going to die one by one. There's a serial killer on the loose. Well, I have until the snow clears to find not only the Mademoiselle Angeline's blackmailer, but also the Major's killer. The Major's body.
Taken care of. Master Demir and his brother, after sobering up, helped me move him into the cellar. Best place for the time being.
I think the best place to store the body is outside, in the snow. It's like a freezer outside. I think we need to move the body outside.
Très bien. I imagine there is no reason for anyone to go down there.
Besides me, no one. Once this snow clears, we will be able to move him from the house.
But I do need to check the body. Can you lead the way? I don't know where to go. Where is the cellar?
Your assistance has been most valuable as always.
Alright, we have to go outside. Oh, hello, Angeline. You? An early bird. Good morning to you, Angeline.
Good morning, Detective. I hope you were comfortable last night.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. The room was more than pleasant, merci. I'm afraid my mind was not in a state to enjoy it to its full potential, though.
I can't imagine any of us slept soundly last night.
Hopefully, guilt will be weighing heavily on someone's shoulders this morning.
Perhaps on more than one set.
I'm sorry if I was not much help last night, Detective.
On the contrary, your inside knowledge of the guests was of great help to my investigation. But there are many more questions that require answers.
What were your feelings towards the Major's position in the house?
His position? You mean about him living here?
Oui, even in a house this size, you must see a lot of each other.
I enjoyed having him here. When I was away with Gideon, it was comforting to know Maman was not alone. Although his work with Mr. Da Silva has kept him away from the house of late.
What can you tell me about their relationship, working or otherwise?
There is not much to tell, only that there is no love lost between them.
Do you know what their business entailed?
He was always quite private about his work. I know that he was helping Mr. Da Silva with some safety matters.
Safety matters?
I found a check addressed to the Major from Monsieur Da Silva. It noted security consulting.
Ah, that's right, security. With his military training, he helped Mr. Da Silva prepare for any trouble with the strikes.
Although the Major's death has taken precedence, there has been a development in the blackmail case.
A development? Oh, Detective, I knew I could count on you.
It may not be the news you had wished for, though. Another letter has been found.
Addressed to me? I don't know how much more I can take of this.
Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Although it has been written in the same manner, using similar phraseology, it was not sent for your eyes, rather the Major's. Or at least that is how it seems.
I'm sorry, Detective, I don't understand. It is addressed to him or not?
I found it in the Major's study yesterday while conducting my preliminary search. Whether he is the author of the letter or the recipient, I am still yet to discover.
Well, all we have to do is compare handwriting, right? It's not that hard.
Heavens no, he could not do that.
You did not hesitate for a moment.
Why would he do such a thing? And then to send a letter to himself? It just doesn't make sense.
Merci for your time, mademoiselle. You are to a detective what an umbrella is to a traveler on a wet day.
Useful?
An umbrella to a traveler on a wet day. Man, that analogy, guys.
Exactement.
Alright, also see Gideon at the back. When we were talking to Angeline. I think he is back here somewhere. Gideon! Oh, hello, Margos.
Bonjour, Monsieur Damir.
Detective Poirot, how are you?
Alright, sorry to intrude, but looks like you two are in a very deep conversation right now.
The truth, monsieur. With each step towards uncovering the blackmailer, I am thrown 2 steps back as to the identity of the Major's killer.
Is there something I can help you with?
Well, after investigating the crime scene yesterday, I asked Monsieur Sterling to move the body.
Archibald came to me and asked for my help in the matter. My brother and I dealt with it.
Merci for your help. It is a job that only the professionals should have to undertake.
It's a job that had to be done. Although it may have affected my brother more than I.
How so?
At the sight of the body, the color drained from his face. Once we had reached the cellar, Zachariah took himself straight off to bed, without even a good night.
Have you spoken with your brother this morning?
I have not seen him since last night. I'm sure he will have been fine after a good night's sleep.
I imagine the alcohol would have acted as a sufficient sleeping aid.
He does not need his younger brother checking in on him.
Perhaps that is exactly what he requires.
I'm not sure what he told you yesterday, Detective, but he's a big boy. He can look after himself.
I worry that may not be the case, monsieur. His time in the war came up in conversation more than once during our conversations.
He's still talking about it? I thought talking to the doctor would have stopped all of that.
And while in the study, I noticed a major safe was locked. Would you know who has access?
Felix and Madame Vandenbosch are the only ones with keys, as far as I'm aware. Oh, and Archibald. I'm sure I heard Felix asking him to return something to it once.
I wonder why Monsieur Sterling did not mention this previously.
Merci, monsieur.
Okay, who is Sterling again? Okay, hold on. I'm giving these last names here. Oh, Archibald Sterling. Okay, the butler, guys. I'm getting first names, I'm getting last names, I'm confused. So, Felix is the Major's first name. Okay. Elizabeth. Oh, okay. Elizabeth is the maid. That's the kitchen maid. Okay. There's so many characters, guys. We have last names, we have first names. I'm confusing them all. Alright. Now... You have a nice cold beverage to see in the peanut gallery? Oh, I'm glad you enjoy yourself, Ray. Did you have a good time? Hello kids, welcome to the stream. From Oregon, huh? He's from Oregon. Hello, Mademoiselle Margars. Did you have a good sleep?
Countess, I wonder if I could ask you some questions.
That is it, detective? No small talk? No inflating of one's ego?
I am afraid not, Countess. With the murderer still loose in the house, my mind is rather preoccupied.
Well then, detective, perhaps I can be of some assistance.
Comment, madame?
I thought you might like to know what I found on the Major's body.
You found the body? Did you check his body? I demand to know who gave you permission to see the Major's body. Yes.
That certainly piqued your interest.
A man has been murdered, and you find it acceptable to fool around and joke.
Oh, please, detective. Do you really think so little of me? Archibald asked for my assistance. He knows of my medical training from my days as a nurse, and I thought I would be able to help. Even if it has been some years.
It was not his place to grant you access to the body.
This is... yeah. I am the detective here. I am the only detective here. He did not ask for my help, guys. Why did you check the body?
I shall remember to keep my assistance to myself next time.
Oh boy. Anyhow, what's done is done. So what did you discover on the body?
A single stab wound, which you no doubt already knew. The knife was held in their right hand. I would say their predominant hand.
I pride myself on the order and method, and this is far from either. A suspect in the murder investigation has examined the very victim that they are suspected of killing. It is like something out of the crime novel. The thing I found strange about this is Archibald asking for her help, guys. Isn't that the weird thing? He asked the contacts to check the body and not me. I am the investigator here.
Judging by the depth of the wound, I would say there was no great force put into the strike. More a sign of defense than attack.
You think so?
If I had to say what weapon was used, a small, sharp knife or dagger.
This may confirm my suspicions of the Major's knife being used to kill him.
I understand it may be difficult for one to keep such information to yourself, but I ask you to try. Your involvement has already tainted my investigation.
You are welcome, detective.
When my superior officer hears of the goings-on in this house, I will surely be seeing the green fields of the countryside once more. I must do all I can to redeem the reputation. Have worked to build, and starting with finding the killer. I wouldn't consider that a bad thing, guys. Seeing the green fields of the countryside. That sounds wonderful. We'll become the country detective. We will solve country murders. I'm sure they're as bloody and as grotesque as the ones we found in the cities. Don't you all agree?
S'il vous plaît, Comtesse. Keep this information to yourself.
Man, I sounded so mad. Well, I did talk to the butler, guys. How dare him grant access to the Comtesse? Who gave you permission, Butler Margos? I mean, Butler
Whatever
Archibald.
you need, Detective.
I'm not even questioning him about this, huh? Oh, come on.
Your assistance has been most valuable as always.
Well, you certainly overstepped your boundary. He was the one who moved the body, guys. I should have given the order first, before he moved the body. Anyway. So, hello Jews, welcome to the stream. And goodbye Ilya, I'll see you again next time. So that's the salon, the dining room. Is the madame eating breakfast in the dining room? I just have to, guys. I'm not going to... Oh. While I must speak with Madame Van der Bosch, I should also take this opportunity to talk to Mademoiselle Rihanna in the kitchen. Is she here? Oh, she finished eating, guys. That means we can talk to her now. Did you enjoy your breakfast, Madame Cassandra? I didn't get a chance to talk to you last night. So how are things?
Bonjour, madame. I hope
They obviously did not teach you manners at wherever it was you schooled.
Are you finished your breakfast already, lady?
Pardon for the interruption, but these questions cannot wait.
Get on with it then.
So, why would someone want to kill the Major?
I'm sure you're aware he was not the easiest man to get along with. His hot temper made him a number of foes.
Including you?
A hot temper is reason enough to kill a man.
His mouth often acted before his brain. Perhaps someone had grown tired of dealing with it.
Including you? You suggested why someone might kill him, but who do you believe would do it?
Seeing as I heard Mr. Becker's in what I would describe as an unnecessarily loud exchange of words yesterday, he would be my first suspect.
Who is Mr. Beckers? Is that the union leader, guys? Union leader Beckers.
You heard them yourself.
How could I not? The volume they were shouting at, I could hear them from the study in my room.
You did not think it fitting to tell me this yesterday?
I didn't think Felix was going to wind up dead and a murderer loose in my house. My apologies, detective.
Although I must learn more of this argument, it is not Madame that I expect the answers to come from, rather Monsieur Beckers. He has a great deal of explaining to do. A letter was found in the Major's study.
I assume you are talking about the supposed blackmail letter.
Oh, so you knew about it, huh?
Oui, madame. You know of it?
It arrived shortly after the first. Rather coincidental, if you ask me.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say, madame.
He no doubt had secrets hidden away. But do you honestly think Felix had anything of value to his name worth threatening him for?
Perhaps you should enlighten me.
Well, he was here, living in my house, eating my food, prepared by my staff. Does that answer your question, detective?
Not really. So how do you think the Major came to have the letter?
I wouldn't put it past him to have written it himself, in the hopes of getting some sympathy from me.
And the other letters?
He probably wrote those too. If Angeline paid the first, that would have given him the money to pay the second letter. He is the White Knight, saves the day, and expects to live here happily ever after.
I did not expect Madame Van der Bosch to be so blunt with her thoughts towards the Major. I was under the impression there was more to their friendship, not less. Yeah, that was quite surprising, guys. It is quite a nefarious plan that Madame has laid out for the Major. I'm not sure I can believe he would go to such levels of deceit. I'm sure Mademoiselle Angeline will have an option or with an opinion on the matter. I'd like to ask you about Monsieur de Silva.
What is it you wish to know?
You two have been friends for some time now. And while I do not mean to pry, has your relationship only...
Only?
If you are trying to insinuate that Mr. De Silva and I are running around like schoolchildren, you could not be further from the truth. He was friends with my husband, for goodness sake.
Oui, I understand they worked together. Investments, if I am correct.
Mr. De Silva was the voice of reason that my husband should have listened to more often, instead of throwing our money at businesses that were already on the verge of bankruptcy.
Oh, that is all, Madame.
Merci, madame. I shall not bother you any further.
Wow, that was quite juicy, guys. So surprisingly, Madame Cassandra, Madame Van der Bosch, and the Major are not in perfectly friendly terms. Even though he's staying inside the house, or he was staying inside the house.
Huh.
Madame Van der Bosch's collection of art extends further than just paintings. So they like her bust too. Whole bunch of bust.
Aha.
Anything on the table? More bust. Wonder how many travel expeditions have been planned while enjoying the contents of the globe. So this dining room here does not connect to the kitchen, guys. The kitchen is on the other side. Oh, it does! There are two different kitchens. I'm sure there is one on the other side too, where Mademoiselle Elizabeth was. So we're here for the first time in this particular kitchen. Oh, you know what? The other one is not a kitchen, guys. The other one is more like a pantry. This is a kitchen. Rahana.